Monday, and John is still in Fort Mac, but we have a lot of work to do. Rob is doing stuff. Doing stuff and getting angry. Want to describe what you're doing?
I'm trying to, first of all, fix the brakes. Brake lights, that is. But everything's corroded here, so I'm kind of just doing the whole electrical. The whole electrical. Because everything's a fucking mess. Huge mess. Don't do this at home, kids.
Do you know what you're doing?
Only in a, like I know how electricity works.
You're not going to electrocute yourself.
Oh, I might watch this even zap a little bit, but so just to scare you.
Don't try. Don't do it.
But everything's got this corrosion all over it, so gotta pull stuff off and freaking clean it. Clean it all.
Whoa.
There you go.
And why are we doing this? Not so we can drive the bus. We don't like the bus. We're gonna sell it. I think.
Well, unless I get it to be trustworthy again, then we will keep it.
It's really big, but whatever. And there's a friggin' hurricane outside or something.
Yeah.
It's really friggin' windy.
That's just how it goes. Start working on something, and then a hurricane has to come through. Oh, what was I getting? Sandpaper.
This is the project of the week.
The wiring harness for the brakes all the way from the back to the front. That was amazing. Cleaned up a whole bunch of contacts, like a lot of contacts in the engine compartment. And now I think those parts are going to fix it when I get parts. As soon as I figure out exactly even where to get the parts. But while I'm under there, in the usual fucking RV freaking way it works, I go and solve one thing and discover another thing. Every time. And without showing you a picture, I didn't take a picture of it yet. It's horrendous. One of the front shocks is totally like off the frame. Like it's fucked. It's hanging there. It's like, at least it's bolts. Like it's not, it didn't break. Like it's not, it wasn't welded or anything. It's bolts that came off.
Didn't you just take it in for an inspection? Like, shouldn't that
kind of
have
thing.
been covered?
I won't mention names, but yeah, exactly. Did I not bring it in for basically an inspection? And they missed that? What? Like, wow. There's a certain place that I'm probably not going to bring that thing ever again.
Yeah.
Because that's amazing.
Like $800 later, they've done the inspection saying it's all good.
Yeah, and the shock is hanging there. In fact, that boom that we probably hear every now and then going down the road could possibly be that. When you hit a good freaking bump, it goes and smacks on the whatever the heck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what you did all day.
That's what I did. And how do you fix that? It looks like, unless I had little baby arms that can go through a hole in the frame to get the bolts back in on the back, got to drop the gas tank down. So that's exciting. But if I keep on working on it like this, it'll be totally refurbished. It is certainly pulling me through every system.
Well, you'll know how to fix it if it ever breaks on us again.
That's why it's like,
maybe we
as
should keep
angry
it.
as I am, I might have to keep it by the time I'm done this, because I'll know that coach.
Yeah. Well.
What's going on here? What's going on here? Yeah. Danielle's working on videos over there. Got a few days off. I worked on worked on the bus all day. Drinking a beer now. Making some beer. Well, bottling some beer. I already made it a little while ago. Right? That's what we gotta do. Gotta make beer. So then you got like premium beer for like cheap. Got some wine we got to do at some point too. I got it hiding in that dark room. There we go. Go in here. Wine. Look at that. Whole bunch of red wine. Some Malbec. Base bins and stuff. Yes. Oh yeah. This is how I make the beer. A little shout out to Brewer's Best. Those are good kits. What am I making? I am making... Oh, does it say on here? Oh, there you go. I am making that white chocolate blonde stout. Mmm. How good. Perfect. Alright. So, ready to start bottling. This is called the siphon. Grab this. Give it a pump. And filling the bottles. There you go. So you do it. You hold this in there. When the bottle's done, you just lift it up. It stops. It's got a little end on there that stops it automatically. And yeah, these are liter bottles. Whole liter of beer. Which is the way to go, because I didn't film me washing them, but yeah, that's an ordeal. Gotta wash them and disinfect them, so it's best not to have a whole bunch of little bottles. That would be a real pain in the arse. Look at that. There you go. Fill it right up. Go to the next one. Gonna have a whole bunch of beer. Num num. Awesome. Washing wine bottles now. Well, disinfecting them, washing them if they need them, but we tend to wash them when we're done. You learn that habit fast because it sucks having to use this little stupid brush and stuff to clean them. They're all pretty clean. What do we use to disinfect them? Good old bleach. Clorox. Whatever. Now, some people are going to be like, oh my gosh, but no, we've done it multiple times. It's all good. I rinse the bottles well. Look, there's a dirty bottle. So sometimes you gotta just take a little moment. Okay, and sometimes you gotta kind of bend the brush to get to it. Alrighty, there you go. Bottles are cleaned and disinfected, ready to go. Great big carboy of wine. Oh yeah. Okay, so we grab this thing, which I also disinfected and cleaned. Ah! And you almost... I'm going to have to shut this off for a sec because that's going to overflow if I put that in there.
Yeah.
Let's go in. It's not hitting the bottom of the bottle, that's why.
Ooh.
Well, there we go. So 31 bottles of wine.
And then some.
Look at that. And then some. Yeah, you're not really supposed to bottle of wine if it's not totally full, but I'll probably drink that soon or something. But there you go. And I think that wine kit costs, I don't know, I can't remember, maybe $80. So that's a heck of a deal on wine. And yes, it is good. We've had this type a few times. And it turns out well. Alright.
Did you bring the corks?
Time to cork. Alright. So, here we go. Oh, found the box. There you go. That's the stuff that I make. I don't know. Kind of makes itself. It's a Malbec. We get that from Estate Brewing in Edmonton there. From our buddy Kevin. Awesome. So here's corks. Got 31 corks. Put them into boiling water. You gotta soak the corks. Gotta be a good cork soaker. Alright, and here's the last step. My favorite step. Put it in the corker. Oh. Line it up. Grab a cork. Put it in there. push. There you go. Ta-da. Bottle of wine. Bam.
There it is.
Hi.
Hi.
Name's Megs. This is me. My hair's probably messed up.
I like your hair when it's messy. It's cute. So
Just missed the meeting. The band meeting.
it's Thursday. We're gonna go do the Moonshiners Jam today, and John said he was gonna be back yesterday, so he lied to us again. He's done this multiple times where he says he's gonna be somewhere and then he doesn't show up, or he just takes off. So we're kind of at the end, I think,
Yeah,
of that.
and keep in tune because this is about to get exciting, ladies and gentlemen. We may, this might create the recipe of what this band truthfully should be, which is we might turn into a duo for
Again.
a lot of gigs.
Isn't
We're
that
really good at
weird?
being a duo.
We're really good at being a duo. For those of you that don't know, we were a duo for like 3 years before we do this. I'm sure most people know by now, unless you're brand new. But yeah, we did Two Bad Apples, and it was great because we're all self-contained, just Rob and I going around, and we played requests, which was the hard part.
They put it on the tripod
And-
stand, maybe.
Yeah, but my hair is messier than yours. So, last night I was up all night. I couldn't sleep. So, I did a whole bunch of research on rock duos. And there's a whole bunch out there that have made it.
Of course, they're usually guitar player and a drummer, right?
Yeah, or vocal synth, or bass, synth, drums. Everyone has a drummer. But to say that it hasn't been done so it can't be done is silly.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been done means we should do it.
Especially since, honestly, in modern music, which is electronic mostly, the first thing that gets replaced is the drummer. In recording. So these people who are traveling live with just a drummer, when in most cases that drummer is trying to duplicate a more or less electronic track. So we're just going to be truthful and realistic. The drums are getting replaced, which is cool because now we can extremely modernize, meaning we can get very electronica sounding things and stuff. Keeping it rock though. Rock electric.
Well, and our problem with drummers, I mean, people have seen us go through drummers, probably thinking, what's wrong with us? Like, they can't even hold on to a drummer, and it's...
Oh, we're terrible, oh yeah.
You get people that either speed up and slow down, or, you know, we got John to play with the metronome, so that solved that problem. But then
But then you're
there's
dealing
still...
with people who are so inconsiderate. Like they just, and I mean that in the more truthful way, the correct definition. Like they seriously are the center of their universe and feel that other people don't value their time as well, you know? Like, so, like John not getting back and everything and stuff like that, that leaves a person in a lurch all the time when you're trying to keep a professional show going.
And keep a positive attitude.
Yeah.
Like, music is hard enough when you don't have your own team, you know, dragging you down, or like this doesn't make us feel very good that he just doesn't get back. And I know people are going to say, well, you left him in Fort Mac, and it's like, well...
But that was like 3, if not more than 3 strikes, you're out anyway. And Fort McMurray, I have lots of friends in Fort McMurray. If there was a place to leave him behind where he was totally covered, it was Fort McMurray.
Yeah, we could have made called so many people just saying, hey, we left him here, you want to bring him back? Like, we have friends that
Come to Edmonton almost once
easily
a
would
week.
have done it. John would have had a great conversation with Eddie or whoever, you know. But when your show, like, Rob and I have been playing for a while. Rob longer than I have. But at the same time, when you do it for a living for a while, you get good at either covering your mistakes or just not making as many. And it really seems like with our drummers, it was, you'd have a good show and then you have a bad show consistently. You'd never have 2 good shows in a row just because of their lack of experience. They either had a really great show, so they go into the next one with kind of a lazy attitude, or I don't know what it is, or they psych themselves out. And I just don't like having my fate in someone else's hands. You know, we have blogs. my actual written blog on Facebook about Little Red Hen. I learned to play bass because I could not find somebody that could do it. And not to say there's not a million amazing bass players out there. There are. But somebody that is willing to take on this project like it's their own. I realize it's not somebody else's project. We created it. So to ask somebody else to drop everything in their life for it, it's not a fair thing for us to do. And we're learning that it's kind of an impossible thing to do because other people are always going to have their own motivation.
Or lack of motivation.
Or lack of motivation, yeah, exactly. So I think, like, even just looking at the rock duos, there's ones that are very synth-based. And really, when you got a DJ and then a rapper, how is that not a duo? Like, that is a duo.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got a rock duo. We're just, like Rob said earlier, we're DJs who happen to play instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And I meet people all the time. I was at the bank last week, and the lady, cashing my check, she said, "Oh, my son is a performer." And I said, "Oh, what does he play?" She goes, "Well, he DJs. I just love when he plays."
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, is that really being a musician? I don't think
No.
so. That's the music's version of automation. People are worried about AI taking over. It's like it's been happening to music for a long time. So I don't see why, in an industry where you're making less than ever, you can't take part of that and make it an original part of your act. So that's where we are. We're gonna go do the jam tonight. I was never worried about the jam because drummers show up. And actually, last time we did this jam, we didn't have a drummer that night either.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be interesting. And then the show we have tomorrow, we used to play as a duo anyways, so we can probably, if we can get our tracks together, we can do it, no problem. I don't think it'll be an issue. And then Saturday, we have a friend who might come and just wing it, fill in, because I don't think that there are going to be some venues that really want a three-piece band or more, so we will see. All right, it's working.
Here I am putting radiator in. You've probably seen on our previous videos when we had a leak. And I dealt with what I thought was the hose, and it may have been the hose too. But yeah, no, it was a leak in the top of the radiator here. So we got a new radiator. Took the old one out. You missed all that excitement. That was just a lot of cussing and swearing. Anyway.
Yeah, we did not want, don't worry, you don't need to see that. Yeah. It's not your best side.
Here we go, brand new radiator, ready for our trip up to, well, wherever the heck we're going now.
Whitehorse.
Whitehorse, yeah.
How exciting. I just contacted all the venues saying we're going to be a duo, not a trio, and they're like, high five.
Yeah.
Come on up. We're waiting for you.
Sorry to have to make these videos that way, but I'll get over it soon. But yeah, high five. Forget it. Man, we've dealt so much with other members and drummers and
bass players.
You just can't find a serious person. You can't find a serious musician out there anymore. I don't know.
And there might be, but a lot of people have jobs because there's just, like, that's the way of the industry.
Well, and a lot of people have jobs because they were just never good enough, because they don't know how to focus and get the job done and take it serious. They think music is supposed to be like the movies, and you're supposed to be a big, crazy, unresponsible party animal, I guess. And
I don't know. Not everybody's like that. I know some people love it, but have a family. Like, we live very minimally, so we can continue doing this, and not everybody. Well, people have priorities, and music is ours, so that's what it comes down to. You can't say anybody else is doing it wrong. It's just not their priority.
No, not doing it wrong. Well, there's some, like, we meet some really cool people. We know our friends and stuff that we meet at jams in Edmonton, but they never said they were trying it. We put out an ad looking for and explaining what we're doing, and they are delusional. They don't understand what it means to have to be in a professional project that's going to be working all the time. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but go figure, like, a musician should love working at his music. I do.
Yeah.
It's not hard for me to decide, but wow, some people are just lost. Sorry,
Well,
I'm a little...
maybe they are, but
dramatic about it, I guess.
They
right
gotta
now.
go find themselves, whatever it takes to do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you're tightening some stuff, and then we're done. We
Yeah.
can go eat supper at my parents'.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Simple as that. Boy, did you ever jinx it now. We're going to be here for another 3 hours, probably.
No. But we're here to document best burger ever.
No, not much of it left.
Not much of it's left. Here, how's that? It's delicious. We're at Kicks in Redwater and feasting and regrouping, deciding what to do next.
I don't think they even know what happened. So I put it in the radiator. And then that's good. But now the van has a major electrical problem and won't start. What does a radiator have to do with electrical? I don't know. You tell me.
Nothing. I don't know.
And yeah, and everybody's going to be like, well, probably knocked a wire off or something. Yeah, we spent like 2.5 to 3 hours trying to find that supposed wire that I may have knocked off. Still not fixed. We think it might be a solenoid. That's coming in tomorrow at 9 in the morning.
9 in the morning. Meanwhile, tonight.
We're drinking beer and eating burgers.
Oh, you want to tell me what was wrong? This is the next day.
Yeah. Well, my dad figured it out. My dad, Jerry. That you'll never believe this, but the whole issue we had with this van, for all you car lovers out there, was bad ground to the whole front end clip of the van. Me changing the alternator, or the radiator, disrupted the ground to the front end of the whole van. So the solenoid didn't have ground and it wouldn't start. How do you like that? Comment on that down below. When I got the fucking... I solved it by like...
Does not respond. This is Chris. Woo! He's in love with Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. Here I am.
What are we
I'm
doing?
here.
What
Hi,
are we
Chris.
drinking?
To Avril and her shitty music.
Woo!
Stated by.
That was yummy.
That's a big shot. Off the wheel. I like that. I fucking love them. Woo!
Here we are. They put us in a holding cell. Why? That's Josh. Everyone knows Josh. He's filling in tonight, and it's not a holding cell. It's a green room, though it's not green at all. Actually, it looks green in this lighting, but it's not green. What a lie. Josh is drumming today, and
Good. There we go. So we're at the rec room anyways. That's going to be fun. How exciting.
Where are we gonna? You just missed the worst load-in of my life. Josh ate his meal like a caveman, like he does. It's funny. It's good. He's talking to me. Blood is hanging out of his mouth. Did you see his shirt? Girls do wear.
No girl cares about me.
Oh, they do. Contrary. I was talking to one this week. Anyways, it says, I'm the boyfriend of a Brazilian girl. Nothing. I can't see.
Nothing scares me.
Yeah.
Except for alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is he drinking?
No.
He's one of these guys. He drinks those black Budweiser cans. Weird.
0.0%.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was just good, but
The load-in sucks. Worst load-in ever. Should have had the camera going for that. But my hands were full. Walking through a mall.